Hi, this is Sandhya. Until a few months back, I never thought myself designing app screens, learning UI, UX, or even talking in front of camera like this on a Sunday morning. So basically, I was a textile professional and I have worked for 4 years in textile industry. And now I have quit that job and decided to transform my career towards UI, UX. So I'm warning you in advance, this is not a success story. I'll not end the video saying that how I became a UI, UX designer. I'm just going to share my experience, my current progress in this journey, and what are all the thoughts I have. So I thank everyone in advance who has clicked this video to see the content, because some might leave in the middle of the video and some might stay until the end. So thank you so much for that. So let's get into the video. As I already said, I've been working for 4 years in textile. So from outside, everything looked stable. Of course, it was stable. I had a decent job role. I had a decent salary with which I was able to help my parents financially, also get things done for me. So since childhood, I have always had this interest towards arts, designs and crafts. So design was never new to me. It was always inside me in a different form. So I even remember getting a stylus from Amazon. I just got it for 200-300 rupees and started practicing digital drawing on phone. We have apps called Ibis Paint, Sketch, etc. I tried it. I even screen recorded it, like gave it a voiceover and posted tutorials on my Instagram. Like I don't have that video right now. I deleted that. So it was like this. So that's when I realized that I loved the idea of converting my knowledge through visuals. So as a next step ahead, I came upon Canva and the things that it can do. I got curious and I was like, okay, why not get a 500 rupee subscription and try it for a month? Because why not invest in ourselves? Because I was earning money and I was able to afford that. So I just got, and honestly, Canva was the first design world to me. I started creating things and I was like, why not start a YouTube channel on that? So I even remember having 0 subscribers because I didn't share my YouTube channel with my family or even my friends, because I want people who want to learn Canva should subscribe my channel, because obviously my friends and family would subscribe, but they will not be ready to see my whole video for a 15-minute long tutorial. They will not be interested because they don't know Canva. I just posted it. Like I even remember having 8 subscribers for so long that I even posted a grateful video for those 8 subscribers. It's still in my YouTube channel. You can go check it out. So even amidst all this, I was working full-time in that textile job. I did this along with that. So my official work time is 9 to 6, but for me it was 8:30, some days even 9, based upon the work I had. So even after that long tiring day, I just still come home and open Canva and do it. That's when I realized, okay, design is something that I can make for the whole day without even feeling exhausted or tired. This is how I found UI UX. So honestly, I've been using laptop for almost 8 years, but you can consider me a fool. I didn't know, like I know there was a job role called UI UX designer, but I didn't research deeply into that because I was already in another full-time in a completely different field. So I didn't have the time to go and research about that. So only when I was working like through Canva and I was learning through stuff, I came to know that UI UX designer is someone who designs these webs and mobile applications. But honestly, consider me a fool. I never thought these websites and apps was designed by a person, like a person is there behind that. I thought it was all computers and codes, which I didn't know about, so I didn't even give it a thought. So that's when I stumbled upon UI UX, and when I researched about this, it got me curious and I was like, okay, this is going to be our next step after Canva. So I started practicing it, but not in a very serious way. I just explored it because I love exploring new tools and apps. So it was, my UI UX was only this at that point. So after that, marriage happened. So basically I had to quit my textile job, and my idea I had in mind was that, okay, I'll just move to my partner's house and I will just search in another textile job. Like he suggested, like, why not you try a career in UI UX? Like I didn't think about that previously, honestly. So only after that I gave it a thought. It was not a one-day decision, because as a woman, quitting a job is very tough, but still I quit my job. And I was like, okay, why not give it a try? I love designing and I always wanted to live a life like that. So why not give it a try? Even if we fail, no problem. I can get a job in textiles if I want to. Like, failing is not a real failure. Not trying is a real failure. So I quit my job and I started. It's almost 5 months. 5 to 6 months I quit my job and officially started my UI UX journey. So this time I was serious. It was not an exploratory learning. So I decided to purchase 2 Udemy courses for Figma. So if you want to know which course I did, you can just let me know in the comments. I will definitely share them for you. So I completed those 2 courses and I started recreating them. So after completing those 2 courses, it took me around 2 months to complete those 2 courses. Watching is not enough in terms of design. You have to practice it daily. So it took 2 months, and after that I started creating my own app design. I got the app idea from ChatGPT and I started designing the app screens. So I did 15 screens I guess for my first app, and I was done. I just did my first app. So honestly I felt it like a win, but now if I see that design, it didn't feel that good, but at the time it was really a win. And I designed another app I guess, and I made it a case study, because for a UI UX designer, just designing the apps are not important. We have to put a whole long case study which takes more time than designing the apps. Like, why did we choose this color, why did we choose this concept, why did we choose, basically the reasons why we did that. So we have to make a case study. I watched hundreds and thousands of tutorials. After those 2 courses, I didn't purchase any other courses or join any academy. All the UI UX designers in YouTube says that you have you can have 2 projects to 3 personal projects, and that is enough. You can start applying. So I started applying. I got 0 response. And then when I came to research more about it, they told me that I need to have a portfolio, create my own portfolio, who I was, what are all the apps I did. I just presented in the best possible way I could, in the best of my knowledge. And I created a Behance profile and I posted my portfolio, my app screens, my case studies, everything in that. Still I didn't get any views on Behance, but I didn't care. I just wanted it to be my gallery, or with a specific URL on my name to share when some people wants to see. So this was how I made, and I made a decent resume on who I was and my skills. But since I don't have any experience, any official experience on UI UX, I just had to put my textile experience. I don't know whether it was a right choice or wrong choice, but still I wrote my textile experience as short as I could, not in a detailed way, and the courses which I did. So this was how my resume looked like. So then later I started applying on all the job roles on junior UI designer, but they were asking at least minimum 1 year of experience in related field, but I didn't have any experience. That's when I thought, okay, I need to get some experience, and internships will provide those experience. Then I explored jobs on Internshala, Naukri, Indeed. I applied to all the internships provided in that platform regarding UI UX, and who specifically asks for Figma as a skill requirement. So I just applied it, but I applied around 50 or 60 internships I guess, and I got assignments. So basically you will get assignments from them once you are shortlisted. So even that was feeling like a small win for me, because out of even while applying, you can see 1,000 applicants and 2,000 applicants were there. So when you are getting an assignment from them, it feels okay, at least you have been shortlisted for the first step, and that's actually a great win. So I used to get 10 assignments, where I'll be doing some assignment and I'll get another assignment. So I'll not be able to, they will have only 2 days of timeline. I was not able to complete all those assignments, and that's when I started filtering out the assignments. So once I get that assignment, I used to read about that company and see their online presence, and only if I feel them as a trustable startup or a company, I just completed the assignments for them and submitted. I didn't expect any output. I considered it as my design exploration, because they gave me a good brief, good example, good way of working, good concept to basically work on. So I was just practicing it for my own. So out of the 10 assignments I did, I got interview calls for 3. So basically that was again a win, right? So I got interviews. Morning I would have an interview, and evening I had another interview. And I remember I got selected in the first interview which I had an interview with. on the same day evening, they told me the result that I was selected for that internship. It was for 3 months, and I was like, okay, 3 months internship, I'll have a good stipend and I'll have a good experience certificate, and I was like that. So the second interview which I attended in the evening, they also contacted me for the internship, but unfortunately, since I was already committed to another one, I had to say no. I just said like the reasons. They were like fine with it. So I was working. So it was like 25 days I was working, and there is the twist. So one day morning, when I was about to start my internship work, I got a message from that startup owner that he has shut down the company. He was not getting enough investors to invest, and he was out of funds because bad things happen. So I didn't say anything. So again, I was in zero, like I don't have an experience still. Like again, I had to start again. Started applying for internships again, and right now I got selected in another internship, and it's been a month I have already joined. It's going. So I don't know what this internship will do for me, but I'm ready for everything. At certain point, after seeing everything, you'll be ready for anything that happens in your life. So I'm in that stage now. This was what I was trying to convey to people out there who has switched careers or who are trying in the same field. Like I used to see many UI UX related channels saying that the market is saturated, people are not getting jobs, like even for trying 2 to 3 years they're not getting any jobs. But this is me. I just had like 4 years of experience in some unrelated field, and 4 to 5 months I was able to find internship, give interviews to more than 3 people. And honestly, I feel like if I can do this, many people out there who are seriously doing can do this as well. And today, like even I didn't still land a full-time job in UI UX, but it's my progress which I'm currently going through. And if you are someone who is facing the same situation like me, and who is in the edge of giving up, I just want you to say, don't give up. Just think of why you started, because when you quit your job or decided to make this as a career, you have already thought about what if it doesn't work. You must have already thought about that, but still you have chose to start it. And now if it is not working, just think of the reason why you started and just give it again. So I think if you are consistent, you will be able to do. If you guys want to know how my journey is going, like I'll be sharing what are all the things I do, my success stories, my failures, like my experience. I'm planning to share these on a regular basis. So if you want to know about how my journey goes, stay connected. Let's grow together. Bye.